Big Boys, Big Hood. We're all the way live from Universal Studios Hollywood, backstage breakfast with J. Cole. Oh my God, Crystal got a question.
What? There's an incident.
Please don't ask them how big his memory
No.
is. Okay.
No, I'll find out later.
Hello.
No, there was an incident with
God.
Alicia Keys back when you were just a fan and you were waiting outside of a concert. Can you please explain that? And
right,
if
man.
you've talked to her about this situation.
Nah, I never brought this up to her. I only met her a few times. But let me explain myself.
Please.
Put this all in perspective. This was like 99. I'm like 14. She had just came out with Fallen. I'm like, man, who's this light-skinned girl on the TV with these braids? Like, I'm in love. And I'm like, yo, she's kind of close to my age. I'm 14. She's like 19.
It could work.
It could work. Like, it's close to my age. So it just so happened I was staying at my pop's house for a few weeks in Dallas, Texas, and I'm with my cousin. And they got a show. Like, you know, now that I'm on, I know she's just doing her radio run, and she's in Dallas, Texas, performing at, like, this Bronco Bowl thing, which is like a summer jam type event. So she gets off the stage, and whoever else was coming back, I think Contagious was hot at the time, if you remember
Lord.
that.
Girl,
Contagious! Exactly. So they was coming on to do Contagious, but she got off the stage, and I'm like, yo, I mean, just logically, if she's getting off the stage, she's probably leaving. So I go to the back
Plan
of the
this
venue,
out.
just being smart. You know what I mean? I tell my cousin, like, yo, I got an idea. Let's go to the back. We go to the back of the stage, or to the back of the venue. It's like a gate looking like these bars right here. But I'm behind the gate. But in my mind, this is exactly how it's going to go. Same thing that happened with Jay-Z when I tried to give him the CD. But in my mind, she was going to come out. She was going to come outside. And as she was getting into a car, she was going to look my way. And I was going to have the smooth look on like,
Hello.
Here
planned
I
this
am.
out.
Here I am.
what's up?
Head nod.
Okay, so what really happened?
What really happened was I probably just looked like a 14-year-old creep.
Aw.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But I thought she was gonna like call me her way. Of course she didn't. You know what I mean? But
Did she say anything?
I'm behind the gate, man.
You didn't say nothing
And
to
you
her?
didn't say anything?
What am I gonna say?
You should have
I was
called
trying
her.
to
look,
trying
Big.
to
He had the
war.
look.
Oh,
Like,
you had the
war.
look.
It's a look.
Ah.
See, if I'd have
That's what
said
it was.
something, then she would have confused me with a fan. You know what I mean?
Right,
and I was
right.
really
You don't
just
wanna
trying to be her
be a
But
man.
being with the look.
Okay, this story where you try to get Jay-Z's attention with a shirt that said "Rap for Jay-Z or Die."
Yeah, man.
Very creative, but did he just brush you off?
Yeah, well, that's two stories. Now that I'm looking back, my life is full of these ridiculous stories that didn't go right. But
Hey, you're
the
hustling.
shirt was this time that, man, this is long. There's two long stories. I'll make them short. There's a Sweet 16, L.A. Reid's son, Aaron Reid.
Oh, man.
Yes. So he was, but there's this girl that went to my school, St. John's University, and she worked for the label. She was like, hey, y'all want to come to the Sweet 16? I ain't going no Sweet 16. I'm
Too cool.
20 years old. I ain't going no Sweet 16. 21, however old I was. But she was like, hey, I heard Kanye, Jay-Z, Swiss Beats, Jermaine Dupri going to be there. I was like, well, on second thought,
I'm there.
I come because I had my demo ready. But I also had this shirt that I had just made that said produced for Jay-Z or Die Trying. But to get into the 40-40, which is where it was at, you had to wear a button up. So I put the shirt under the button up, walked in there, acted like I knew Aaron Reid, walked in, took off my shirt, and then had, that's where the shirt came from.
Right.
Jay-Z walked by me. I never said nothing. I caught him too late or whatever the case
You
was.
didn't give him the look?
Nah, I didn't.
That's a whole different
Nah,
look.
he was glowing blue, by the way. He was
Hello.
like blue. It was crazy.
Avatar?
Yeah, it was crazy. The other story is Jay-Z was working on American Gangster, and I had already graduated school, and I thought it was a sign from God. I read the press release online, and it was like, Jay-Z finishing American Gangster. And I was like, yo, he's not done yet. I can go make beats right now and get on this album because I know where the studio's at. So I made this beat, went home and made 2 beats. One was called Top of the World, put a hook on it and everything. Burned my CD, put the CD in the Jay-Z Volume 3 case, maybe Volume 2 case, closed it up, took the train to the city, stood outside the studio, me and my partner E, for like 3 hours with a bottle of E&J, just like passing time, waiting on Jay-Z to pull up. The Phantom finally comes around the corner. It's raining, by the way. We've been in the rain. The Phantom pulls around the corner. Jay-Z, somebody gets out the car in front of him just to open his door. That was their job, to get out their car, come to his car, open the door. He hops out. I'm like I'm froze. I don't really know what to say. I'm like, yo, Jay, I got this for you. And he's like, man, what is that? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, yo, this is American Gangster beat CD. I can't really speak. And he's like, man, I don't want that. You know what I mean?
No, say it. What did he say, man?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I don't want that shit, man. Get out to one of those guys. Like, he said it. So I'm sitting there like, oh, you motherfucker. Don't you know I've been out here for 3 hours, man?
Gonna get
man.
pneumonia?
Does that change the way you feel with people when they come up to you? Like, because now you're their Jay-Z. Like, you're going to be somewhere they're waiting on you now.
Yes, it does, because I knew how I felt By the way, I'm glad he did that because it snapped me back into it. It took me the 15 minutes to get over it, but then I realized, like, you're not going to get on like that. Like,
Right, I hear you.
That's not how it's going to happen. But I do, like, when people coming up to me, they give me their CDs. Chances are I'm never going to listen just because
Right.
I'm busy, but I do take it.
Yeah.
Just to give them that extra boost. Like, they go home like, yo, he took my CD. It gives them, like, it might give them 3 more months of, like,
Or
inspiration.
just find another line. Don't call it, Dookie. Just say, hey, man, get that garbage away from me.
Yeah.
Hand it to somebody else.
But he did clean it
And
up.
put your finger on their forehead. Just like, man, get away from me. No, but that's beautiful, man. And you know what? That showed me just, with those small stories, I could just imagine the stories that you're not telling us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Like, really, like, just to
Word.
work. And that show you, man, when you keep on doing what
Yeah.
you do, it's destiny, man.
Word.
That's dope as hell. We got J. Cole in the neighborhood, Big Boys neighborhood.
I gotta ask about the song "Crooked Smile." How many people have heard "Crooked Smile" and love it? J. Cole, this record makes me feel beautiful without
Wow.
makeup, without doing your hair, none
And
of
she
that.
wearing makeup with her hair
Yeah,
done.
I know. I know. There's cameras here, but I'm saying, like, I heard it and it was immediately amazing. How was it to work with T-Boz and Chili?
Nah, that was crazy. It was crazy. That song had a long process. I never worked on a song for as long or as hard as I worked on that song because I knew the potential it had. And once I finally got the hook, the first thing I thought about was TLC. You know, it was like, it would be crazy if we can get them. It seemed far-fetched, but, they just had these monster records like Unpretty and Waterfalls that had, like, great messages, and their voices are incredible. I was a big TLC fan. So I thought it was far-fetched, but next thing you know, I'm in L.A., in the studio with T-Boz, and then I fly to Atlanta. I'm in the studio with Chili. I'm playing Chili, the album. She dancing to these songs. Like, she's really doing moves to my songs. It's crazy. So it was an incredible experience. I was a big fan.
And just for the record, you're not changing the Crooked Smile.
No. I
You're
made it this
keeping
far.
your-
I'm keeping this.
Dope.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
you
keeping
really
this.
locked into it, too.
Yeah, now you have
Exactly.
to.
Yeah. So
If
change
I
up-
see you and your smile not crooked, I'll be like, man, that
can
$3
change.
bill over there.
Yo,
You see
so
a
look.
T.I. smile on him.
You know?
So look,
Yeah.
so y'all see that Billboard magazine right there, right? Like,
Yes, sir.
They try to shout out to Billboard. Thank you for giving
Yours
me.
is upside down,
It's
honey. There you go. She like, damn. Well, she gonna get famous. She gonna tell a story
Okay.
like, oh my God, I was watching J. Cole one day and I had like this magazine and it was
got his
upside
attention.
down.
I gave
and,
him the look.
From there on, I never had a magazine upside down, man.
No, but like what I'm saying is on that cover, I appreciate them for giving me the cover. But like if you really look closely at my eyebrows, like they try to like
Thin
they
them
try
out?
to Photoshop
No.
my little middle part right here, which like I want to let y'all know I didn't approve of that. Like I would have kept it real. I'd have kept it really.
What
thick
they do?
eyebrows.
They
Connected.
smooth it out?
Yeah,
They,
they
clean it
airbrush it
up,
so that it
shaped
looks
them.
like
Oh,
so it looks
man.
like
You
They
plugged.
shaped them for
My
you.
thing is this, man. I embrace all my perfect imperfections, and
Word
plus,
up.
if you gotta clean anything up on me, you're gonna spend a lifetime trying to clear all this damage up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Best
Word.
babe, you're beautiful.
Yeah, well, that means nothing coming from you, and you know why. Best believe that. Yeah, she was like, Biz Marquis is beautiful. No disrespect, but I don't take nothing from her. We got J. Cole in the neighborhood, Big Boys neighborhood.
oh.